Astronauts now spending all these months in space after it was only supposed to be about 8 days. So we wanted to get an astronaut's perspective on what they must be feeling.
That's right. So joining us now is retired astronaut Clay Anderson, who spent 152 days on the International Space Station. Clay, thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
Okay, so you've spent months in space. What kind of mental preparation did you have to go through before you went out there?
Well, you don't really get specific mental preparation. It has to do with how you deal with your family and your friends and how you plan for the time you're going to be in space. And of course, this is unplanned space time for them. I'm sure that their spouses and their families understood that they could possibly be up there longer, but I don't think anybody anticipated that they would be up there this long.
Yeah, if you are Suni or Butch and you're on the ISS, you find out you're going to be up there for 8 months instead of 8 days. How are you then, sort of changing your focus and mentally preparing for these next few months?
I can only answer from my perspective. I can speculate about what they may be thinking, but I would have been angry. I would have been happy the first 2 months, right? Because astronauts love to go back to space. They love to play. They love to eat space food and see the Earth. But there was a short window on that time, right? If someone then were to tell me, hey, Clay, by the way, you now have to stay till next February, there would have been some anger in my situation for a while. And that's what you have to overcome. You have to get mentally right. I would have talked to my wife on the phone. We would have gotten together and said, hey, we can handle this. We're a team. We're going to do this together. And then I would have changed my focus to get back to, I've got to do mission success. I've got to be a successful crew member and work with everybody to make this a reality. So there's a bit of a bump at the front, at least for me, and then I would have settled in and been just fine because I have a job to do, and that's how we're trained.
You know, you've been up there, so you know way better than us. We understand, missing the families and missing your normal life back here on Earth, how difficult that must be. But what other kind of challenges do they face being up there for so long?
I think one of the challenges for me would be a little bit of boredom. I know there are a lot of hands up there now, a lot of astronauts from many different countries, and they're all working together on the task list that exists for every day. But I think eventually there's a point where some boredom overtakes you, right? You've done the same thing over and over every day for, weeks at a time, and you have to get past that. You have to look and find things to do or talk to the ground and say, hey, what else can I do? Do you have any get-aheads, things that I can do that will save time for future crews? That's what they're going to be focused on, I believe.
So we know they are going to be coming back on a SpaceX capsule now, but I think something we haven't talked about is that because they have to come back, 2 other astronauts have been bumped from going up in that capsule, and that's going to be a huge disappointment for those astronauts also.
Yeah, nobody thinks about that, right? The 2 that got bumped, they're professionals. They're going to say the right thing anytime they're interviewed. We're so happy for, I'm proud to be a part of this and yada, yada, yada. And for the most part, that's true. But there is a huge disappointment. They have no idea when they're going to be placed back into the queue to be able to fly to space again. They've been training their backsides off. They planned for this. Their families have planned for this. And now they're pulled out of that mix. That's a tough thing to swallow, too. And again, you have to mentally reorient yourself and say, okay, this is a disappointment. Let me get over my grief, but now let me get back in the game because I still have to train. I still have to be ready. I have to do those things NASA expects me to do as a good astronaut.
When this is all said and done, Clay, do you see this as being just kind of an unfortunate anecdote in the long history of spaceflight, or do you think that what's happening here and what's happening to these 2 astronauts and this Boeing Starliner really is going to have a big impact on spaceflight?
That's a hard question to answer. I think that as we go through this, the problem is SpaceX and Elon Musk, they've made it look really, really easy, right? SpaceX is going to rescue the Boeing Starliner crew. So all of this has to fold together, and people have to understand that spaceflight is hard. Elon's having a great run, but statistically, his situation will have a problem down the road. And then how do we deal with that? We have to remember that what we're doing up there is very, very difficult to do. We have multiple players in this mix, multiple contractors, and success breeds complacency, and we have to remember that, right? We got the same way with the shuttle when we had Challenger explode and we had Columbia explode, right? Those were not expected. None of that was expected by anyone. And so when we do space travel, there will always be something we haven't prepared for, and that's probably the toughest part of this.
All right, Clay Anderson, it was great to get your perspective this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, it was really incredible. Thank you so much, Clay.